Mute microphone. Nah. My head hurts. Through my eyelids, I felt the sharp sun. I opened them to see the little piece of the sky from the window. I passed a long night, half asleep. I couldn't recall many details about last night, just how weak I was. The fluctuating temperatures rendered my body powerless, and my brain made me feel nauseated, like I had a hangover. I felt there was something on my forehead, and I realized it was a towel. The ice had melted by my body heat, making the towel disgustingly wet. From my foggy dream, my heavy heart dropped even further to the bottom. That was the memory of my mother, as well as the last thing I wanted to remember. Was it because of the stress? The warmth and pulsation of my palms told me I was still alive. Eh? I suddenly realized my hands were free. Only the deep marks on my wrists proved that I wasn't dreaming. Him and the rope on my legs when I heard a cold voice of the girl next to me. Calm down. I will tie you right back up if you dare touch the rope. The girl was already aware, somehow monitoring my every movement while holding the cell phone. I couldn't see the little girl. I assumed they were taking turns to rest, but I wasn't sure where she'd gone. After the argument and torment from last night, my own animosity against her lessened a lot. Either that or I just had no energy to care. Good morning. I caught her a few times and greeted her with gathered strength. You took care of me last night. There you go. She grunted unhappily. The non-commercial reaction was her, yes? Be quiet and save some energy to take care of yourself. Oh, didn't know you cared about me this much. Shut up. Her shoes on the ground made a tap-tap sound when she walked to me and looked down from above. Stop acting like that. It's disgusting. Is that so? Oh, is that so? You're always acting as some characters in life for those we care about and things we want. We act in a way others liked. Isn't that part of being in a society, tolerating some annoying people? And then you turn yourself into a disgusting person? I'd rather die if that's the case. She interrupted me coldly and raised her knife towards me meaningfully. I started to chuckle, seeing her annoyed expression. I hadn't seen such an honest expression of thoughts before. You didn't have to move a finger to kill me. If you'd left me be like last night, I could have died. You still have some use now. After that, anything is fair game. She paused before finishing the sentence. There was some seriousness in her expression. You'll kill me after getting the money? Elisance decided to be transparent. She hesitated, then non-comedically shook her head. Who knows? Her attitude seemed to have softened from before. At least she no longer hit me at random or threatened to kill me. I really didn't care. They wouldn't have bothered to buy medicine for me. It could be my wishful thinking, but I rather believe they had no intention to really do it. So my next step should be... I should cooperate and establish a better relationship with them. I may be able to persuade them after winning their trust. Anyway, thank you.
Nanda.
For what? For taking care of me. She stumbled momentarily before responding.
礼を言うくらいなら、親父に早く金を出させる方が現実的だ。
Tell your dad to cough up the money faster then.
何笑ってんだ?
What are you laughing at? Nothing. I didn't mean to enrage her, so I shook my head and reacted in deciding it was nothing. A hostage thanking their kidnapper? This sort of development would make anyone doubt his or her sanity. The argument from yesterday was like a switch, bringing forth emotions long forgotten. Is there anything to eat? My improving condition led to a better appetite. I asked her for food.
Hora.
Here. First a pack of cookies, and then she threw a can of something else over. Picked up the can and stared at the cola in hand in confusion. I had no idea why this thing would be here. Do I drink this?
バカ言え。飲む以外にどうする?
Duh. What else would you do with soda? Thanks. Still had no clue, but wouldn't say no to a chance to switch things up. I opened the cookies obediently to fill my stomach with something first, then washed them down with the soda. So sweet. Since all I had were crackers and steam buns, the sudden assault of flavor was too much.
後で薬を飲みな。あんたの面倒を見る暇はないんだから。
Take the medicine afterwards. I have no time to babysit you. The medicine she spoke of was on the desk. The effect was immediate and didn't make me sleepy. I wonder what it was made of. The food and particular freedom allowed me to relax my mind a little. A relaxed hostage? Hostage? Yeah. God damn, hopefully that didn't get put in. A relaxed hostage? I must have been getting too comfortable with the situation. We'll let you go once your dad pays. As though reading my mind, she spoke to me calmly. This was the softest tone she had ever used, as though she was comforting me. I would have bared that gaze and looked to the window. The more time we spent together, the more I understood her thoughts, her anger, her contempt, and deep down her unease. If there was a way, if there was a way to avoid harming anyone and end all of this peacefully, I shook my head laughing at myself for the naivety of that thought. Try this again. There, it's chat. Chat. I guess that's this. Hey, so what's your plan after getting the money? Why do you ask? She suspiciously turned her head to me, waiting for my answer. Just curious. How boring. During the long wait, I had nothing to kill time with but chatting. She stayed silent for a bit, tapping the cigarette ash on the desk, then quietly opened her mouth. I want to start over, somewhere where no one knows about me. The face of the girl stating her vision was so determined, like some pious nun praying. There was neither passion nor desire, just serenity.
どこだっていい。少しお金が貯められて、生活はまあまあ成り立てばいい。ご飯が食べられて、住む場所さえあればいい。
I don't care what kind of job I get. I just wanna save some money and live a normal life where I can sleep under a roof and eat properly. You can't do that now? It didn't sound that impossible. She could have just grabbed a cap snack and gone off to the countryside like those work exchange folk. Now. She laughed and waved her hand as though I just asked something really stupid.
借金がある限り、あいつらからは逃げられない。顔を潰しても、名前を変えても無理。
No fucking way. Even if you change your face and name, they'll still hunt you down as long as you owe them money. But even if you got the money and paid off the debt, could you really get out of this that easily? Whether though surveillance camera footage or call recorders, it wasn't possible to escape from the pursuit of the police, thanks to modern technology. Escaping abroad might be an option, but the language barrier and the lack of cash would also be problematic. I didn't know she had thought about this, but it was weird for me to ask her anyway.
おかしいと思ってんの？
Is that strange to you? Nope. I thought of similar things. I think everyone has going someplace where no one knows who you are. Away from the stigma of any exceptions. Just to live as your true self.
なんであんたは自分の生活のどこが不満なんだ
Oh? Why would you want to do that? Are you not satisfied with your life? Men are greedy animals. Noticing I didn't speak the truth, she hesitantly opened her mouth, but nothing came out in the end. So what now? Let's get in chat. How much money do you actually owe?
何のためにそれを聞く
And once again, fucking back. Why are you asking this? It was rare she didn't reply in mean words, just coldly. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Fuck! Oh, well, I got the right one anyway. Is there no other option?
他の方法
Option? Even $1 million debt shouldn't lead to kidnapping. You can save that much if you work hard for a few years.
きちんと仕事をしていればって
Work hard? She burst into laughter and looked at me casually while supporting her head.
あいにくあんたたちと違って私は親父の会社とかに就職できないんでねこんな私にどんな仕事ができるっていうの
My dad doesn't have any company for me to work for. What kind of job do you think I could find?
皿洗いキャバ嬢売春
Dishwasher? Bar girl? Prostitute?
それに借金を全部返済したとしてもどうなるんだ3、40歳になって新しい生活でも始めろってか
And what if I cleared my debt? Then what? Finally started my life at age 30 or 40? Taking the subject, she asked me coldly in
なん
return.
で私だけこんなにも時間を奪われなきゃならないんだ他の奴らが楽しく遊んでいるのに
Why do you think I need to spend that much time while others can just coast by?
世の中は不公平だから私は賭けに出たのよ
If the world is never fair, then I'd rather gamble it all.
最悪の場合でも捕まって銃殺刑になるだけ今も死んでるのとあまり変わらないしね
Worst case scenario, it's just the death penalty. Not that different from now. Only soldiers or some tech manufacturers still use this kind of antique cell phone. Even old people use smartphones these days. Old phones can't connect to the internet or leave a traceable GPS signal. You can only track location through a phone call. Is that why she uses it? You have quite an antique phone.
使えればいいの。なんで使わない機能をいっぱいつける必要があるんだ。
It's usable. And I don't need all those fancy features of other phones anyway. Well, the manufacturers need to make money with new products, and the technology is advancing,
あ
so...
んたにとって必要な機能はどれくらいあるの？
And how many of those do you really need? She coldly interrupted me.
携帯を持っていない人もいれば、必要のない機能を欲しがる人もいる。
Some don't even have a phone, while others waste their lives to build all these fancy gimmicks.
同じじゃん。貧乏でご飯さえろくに食べられない人もいるのに、グルメ評論家とかを名乗って好き嫌いばっかり言う人もいる。
Just like some people are starving, while others are picky with their food. They call themselves food critics.
だからあんたたちのことを本当に気持ち悪く思える。
I really find people like you disgusting. So be it. Feeling the deep-rooted hatred in her look, I nonchalantly shrugged. Those things existed before, exist now, and will continue to exist in the future. We don't choose which part of the world we were born in. We could only struggle in this world with the pre-established rules. Seeing that I had gotten better, she walked towards me with the rope.
手を出しな。
Your hands. Do you really need to tie me up? I can't escape
こ
like
っ
this.
ちとこっち。自分で選べ。
This or this, take your pick. She motioned toward the rope in her left hand, then the knife to the right. I picked knife. Wait, what does that even mean?
両ももに1回ずつ刺す。そうしたら拘束しな。
Let me stab both of your legs, then I won't tie you up. Never mind, the rope is fine.
言ったな。
Your choice, not mine. Bread she brought back for lunch was the classic skull-in bread with pork floss. The long absent flavor spread in my mouth and made this meal a feast after days of nothing but nutritious biscuits. In contrast to me wolfing down the bread, she showed no appetite next to the window. What was she thinking about? I just decided to focus on the bread before me, since I just recovered from my illness. Brought so many flavors this time. How come? Seeing all the flavors in the bag, I was confused by her generosity.
パン屋の売れ残りだ。どうせ食われなかったら捨てられる。
They're leftovers. They were gonna get thrown out anyway. She coldly turned her head and grunted with
そう
distaste.
いう高品質を持参する名店が大嫌い。奴らは食べ物を捨てても困っている人たちに分け与えない。
I hate those fancy shops that take pride in their quality. They'd rather throw out bread than give it to those in need.
奴らの言い分を聞いたことがある？
Do you know what to say to that?
残りをタダであげたら本来の客たちは金を払いたくなくなる。
If we gave the leftovers to customers, the original customer would never buy them.
そんな理由で
Oh, for such a petty reason. She mockingly laughed, despising the self-proclaimed fancy shops. From their point of view, they do have a point. I replenished some strength after filling my stomach and started to chat with her. It might be hard to understand, just like people not getting why others would pay thousands of Taiwan dollars for a steak, or much more for a pair of headphones. For most people, food was just to relieve hunger. For some people, however, it was the pursuit of the ultimate sensation of taste. Time does affect the bread's texture. The store needs to maintain the quality for their reputation. If the shop cut the price when there was some left over, then people would only come right before closing. This would affect the profitability negatively. I initially wanted to explain the impact of the expectation mindset, but decided to go with a simpler way to explain it. The shop needs to make a profit, so it is only natural for them to.
人の差が
Only natural?
あんたが言う人の差がって何なの？人にやるより捨てること？
You call that natural? Throwing food away instead of giving it to those in need? Didn't I just say it is not a matter of throwing it away or not, but the mentality of the customers would impact profit?
そこが気に入らないんだ。
That's what pisses me off.
品質だの信用だの。
What quality? What
人が
reputation?
餓死するより信用の方が大事。金が稼げていたら他はどうでもいい。
So brand reputation is more important than starving people? Does nothing matter besides the money?
それがあんたが言う人の差が。
That's natural to you? Her staring eyes were burning with fire like those that had seen the worst of humanity and were overflowing with rage. Oh. Why don't you try to change that instead of complaining to me about it? Still had issues with her whining attitude. Even if one could not choose one's upbringing, complaining wouldn't make it better. If the game's rules couldn't be changed, then why not try to play by the rules first, then change them when you could do so? There's always the opinion to just slit your throat, hang yourself, or jump off of a building, hoping it would be better next time. Still a better alternative than whining all day long.
そう。自分で世の中を変えるしかない。
Yes, I can only change it with my own hands. Surprisingly, there was no rebuttal, just a mysterious smile on her darkened face. I had gone through beatings and threats, but her smile right there scared me more than ever. The girl was looking outside of the window with a cigarette. She was always extra quiet when smoking, like it was some serious ritual. In a room only a few square feet in size, two people with opposite backgrounds quietly sat, preoccupied with their own thoughts. How old was she? What happened? Why was she doing this? I thought I didn't care, but the more time we spent together, the more I realized how different she was from my imagination. The criminals in the news all looked evil and inhuman. It's hard to imagine they might have their stories too. The things they like, the things they hate, the people they cherish, their worries, their thoughts. There was a sentence from a book. Everyone tries to live a better life. No one would think of him or herself as being irrational or crazy. If you felt that way, that meant you didn't know that person well enough. I didn't try to understand them. The fast-paced modern society made it exhausting to care oneself, let alone others. We didn't care what others were like. Labeling them as good guy or bad guy was just much easier. Do we know each other?
そんなわけないだろ。生活にこんなにも差があるんだから。
No way. Our lives have nothing to do with yours. In my question, she snorted mockingly. Really? Somehow I think I've seen you before. Hear how insistent I was. She tilted her head and started thinking.
まさか店で。いや、ありえない。
Maybe in a shop? No, that's impossible.
それともニュースか交番で私を見たとでも言いたいの？
Maybe you've seen me on the news or some police station? Huh? Her smile seemed to sharply cut me. Her pointed words made it hard to get too close. Then why me?
まだそんなことを考えてんの？
Still thinking about that? She sighed impatiently. She waved her hand to indicate she lost interest in this
あんたの
exchange.
親父が金持ちで、あんたが一人暮らしで、これ以上のターゲットはないと思ったからよ。
Your dad is filthy rich, and you live by yourself. Could you think of a better target?
それとも恨みがないとあんたを選ぶはずがないと？あんたの不注意とあんたの親父が稼ぎすぎてるのが悪いんだ。
Or do you think this was some backstory? Just blame yourself for being too careless and your dad for being too rich. I'm still uncertain if the culprit was someone I knew. The fact she knew this much about my household was just bizarre. The question aside, didn't she just mention a shop? She had worked in a shop? What kind of shop? That girl. What's your plan? Will you let her go home after getting the money?
誰？
Who? The one calling you big
も
sis.
ちろん連れてく。
She'll be with me, of course. I heard some gangs would manipulate underage girls and make them into a lackey to avoid arrest. It had been only a few days, but it was clear that little girl didn't know anything and only followed instructions from her big sis. She even looked worried when I was sick. It was just cruel to ask a kid of that age to be the scapegoat. Does her family know about this?
家族？
Family? She frowned upon my question. There's some sort of communication barrier. Something seemed to miss. She has a family, right? Or did they abandon her?
その子の家族は私なのよ。
I am her family. Eh? I couldn't make sense of it at that moment. And just froze there, forgetting about what she even just said.
だから姉ちゃんって呼んでたじゃん、私のこと。
Didn't she call me big sis? Wait, so you really are her sister? Like sister?
他に何があんの？
What else could it be? She patiently crossed her arms across her chest and asked matter-of-factly, so I thought she must be like her boss or maybe some surrogate sister. But if that was the case, then her faith in her big sis would make sense. They are blood relatives after all. Nothing. Just that you don't look alike.
そっか。
Is that so? Oh. She suspiciously looked at me and burst into laughter upon realization. She saw through me.
金をもらったら罪をかぶせるために拾ったことでも思った？
You thought she was my lackey, and I would send her to jail in my place once I get the money? She was smiling, but there was no warmth in her
ふざ
expression.
けんな。自分がやったことにはちゃんと責任を持つつもりよ。あんたたちみたいに自分にいいとこばかり残して悪いとこを他の人に押し付けるなんてしない。
Are you kidding me? I'll take responsibilities for my actions. Not like you people that grab all the goodies and saddle others with the shit. I just think the little sister is a good kid. And would rather she doesn't get involved.
そっか。私たちのこと気にかけているんだ。
Oh, so you actually care about us? She replied absent-mindedly, as though not believing one word I said. So, what now? I was expecting to see running water from the faucet. There are toothbrushes and cups as well. Do they live here? Do you live here?
なんで聞くの？
Why do you ask? She didn't answer directly, but carefully asked back. After I managed to trick her a few times, she got more and more careful when talking to me, failing to reveal more information. I saw toothbrushes and glasses in the bathroom, so I thought you might live here.
それで？
What do you think? I think only homeless people would find this place attractive. Feeling my honest answer, she covered her mouth and giggled in a bit of a mocking manner.
ホームレスとあまり変わらないな、私たち。彼らよりほんの少し運が良かっただけ。
We're not that far off from being homeless. Just slightly more fortunate. Finally. The girl put down the phone and loosened her tensed brow along with a sigh of relief. What's up?
運が良かったな。話がついた。明日親父は金を払う。
Lucky for you, things have worked out. Your dad will pay tomorrow.
くだら
For
ないこ
real?
とを聞くな。嘘をついてどうする？
Duh. Why would I lie to you? She seemed to be in a rather good mood. All I got was just a look rather than a solid flying kick.
おとなしくしていれば、あんたをどうこうするつもりもね。
Stay put and nothing will happen to you. So you will let me go?
さあな。
Who knows?
とにかく変な気を起こさずに、おとなしく明日を待ってる。
Just don't have any funny ideas and wait patiently until tomorrow. She gave no promise and just shrugged with an ambiguous attitude. It went differently than I expected. According to my understanding of my father, he would have tried to buy more time to let the police track the kidnapper down, yet instead he conceded rather easily. Did he really plan to just pay up? Not him. He wouldn't believe the kidnapper's claim so easily. He must have a plan. No idea. I didn't know what he had in mind, which was a sad realization of how distant our relationship was.
何しかめっ面してんだ。熱に頭でもやられたか？
Why do you look so pissed? Did your brain burn out? She asked me a little with a little surprise after seeing me not saying anything with a lowered head, as if. I responded vulgarly. Well, I didn't think things would go this smoothly. I had no intention to tell my kidnapper that. Without noticing my concern, she mumbled before opening a can of soda next to the window. She leaned back against the wall and let out a loud, tired sigh. She clearly didn't have it better than me. Outside of preventing me from escaping, she also had to worry about the police and negotiation process with my family. It might seem like it'd be over soon, but the key event was tomorrow. Would they really pay as promised? Could it just be a means to buy time? They always say parents will pay any amount of money for their child's safety. Don't make me laugh. We are not a normal family. Nothing could be done with this broken excuse of a relationship. Despite telling myself not to have any hope, I still wish for them to pay up. A self-contradiction even I couldn't really explain. My head started to ache again. While pondering it, I tried to rest against the wall, but all sorts of thoughts stuck in my mind. Oh my god, not again. Be a good boy. Be a good boy at home, okay? Liar.
なんなんだあんたのおふくろは
So, what's with your mother? Huh? I came back to my senses from the fuzzy memory and answered amongst absent-mindedly.
なぜあんたのおふくろから何の連絡もないんだ
Why is there no contact at all from your mother?
国内にいるのに息子が拉致されても顔を出してこないどう考えてもおかしいだろ
She's right here in Taiwan, but refuses to show up. After her own son is kidnapped? That's strange. Maybe she's busy. Other unpleasant memories came to mind, making me try to change the subject reflectively.
バカにしてるの
Are you kidding me? She raised her eyebrow, clearly not pleased with his answer. In retrospect, it wasn't really a convincing answer, but I still didn't intend to say more than that. Why do you care about my family? Are you an arranged marriage agent? If you let me go, I can give you my number. Maybe we... I stopped right in the middle of my sentence. If there was only my voice thought out the conversation, she would normally have interrupted me by now. The strange silence spread across the room. I lifted my gaze and looked into her black eyes, realizing I sucked at hiding my thoughts.
答えたくない質問をされるたびに饒舌になるのも金持ちの作法
You really don't like to you really talk a lot when it's about things you don't want to answer. Is that some rich boy habit? Maybe. I didn't expect her to know such details, so I acknowledged her sharp observation with a bitter smile. Didn't you figure me all out already? You should have known our relationship was
気に
bad.
するのは金があるかどうかだけだ仲がいいか悪いかなんて知るもんか
All I care about is if you have money. Your relationship is none of my business. Why now then? I responded casually, but couldn't help but wonder about the intention behind this question. Sheer curiosity? I thought it wasn't that simple.
あんたのおふくろは何がおかしいかを聞いてみたかっただけだクエンさんも連絡する必要がないというかな
I just wanted to hear from you what's wrong with your mom. Even Mr. Ken said it was pointless to contact her. Mr. Ken?
あんたとは無関係だ。おふくろのことは喋るのか、喋らないのか。
Never mind. So, you're gonna talk or not? Seeing her patiently brushing her hair, I lowered my head to ponder how to respond. I didn't know where to start, really. It was embarrassing, and I didn't feel the need to tell her.
どうなんだ。まさかママ母か、それとも親父が浮気したのか。
What? She your stepmom or your father's mistress? Now pondering, she started to guess randomly and managed to get pretty close to the truth. Something like that, just the roles are reversed.
はあ。
In the end, I decided to go with the easiest explanation. My mom had another man. It wasn't really something I couldn't talk about, but it just triggered tons of unhappy memories. Since I was a kid, she often went out with someone, but I didn't know where to and what for. It sometimes would take her a whole week before she came home. Even the housekeeper couldn't give me a direct answer. Your mom is having an affair. There'd be no way for me to tell a 10-year-old. There'd be no way for me to tell a 10-year-old that either.
は
She supported her head with a smile on her face, which looked more like gloating than sympathy.
あ。あんたらもおかしいものだ。めちゃくちゃなことばかりやらかしてさ。
You guys are strange. Always doing these sorts of things.
不倫だの、相続争いだの。生活が退屈すぎた？
Affairs, fighting over inheritance. Don't you have better things to do? Not expecting me to answer, she started to talk to herself and laughed, as though hoping to balance things out by hearing of others'
親父
misfortune.
も騙されてかわいそうなものだね。海外で必死に働いて人の女を養っているのも知らずにさ。
What a poor man your dad is. Making all the money abroad just to raise a woman for another man. He knows.
知っている？
He knows? I said it casually and saw her staring at me dumbfounded. Yeah, he knew about my mother's affair. Cool story, right?
あんたバカ。
Are you an idiot? Having a sense of humor.
親父が知っているならなんで離婚しないわけ？お袋を許した？それとも財産が握られていた？
Why didn't they divorce? Did he forgive her? Or maybe your mother has the money. She ignored my joke and kept prying after confirming the ransom payment. She'd become a lot more talkative. Who knows? I don't care, nor do I want to figure it out. They like it this way, and I can't do anything about it. I actually asked about that just once. I could never forget his reaction back then. I angrily told him about Mother's affair, and the hand touching me tensed up immediately, yet the shock only stayed on his face momentarily before being replaced by another emotion. Some sense of relief. He softly rubbed my head and told me Mommy didn't have an affair. I simply misunderstood. Misunderstood? No explanation, just one single word. With the company increasing in size, he spent more and more time abroad. Never did he ask of my mother's whereabouts, nor confronted her, as though nothing happened. Why didn't he ask her? Why didn't they divorce? Why vague ignorance? I couldn't ask anything. Seeing her soft smile and the unanswered questions became the gap between us. It got wider over time, till it became an unfixable distance.
ひょっとしたら親父も愛人がいて結婚をただのブラフとか。
has a mistress too. The marriage was just a ruse. Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised.
親父はまだおふくろを愛しているのか。
Does your dad still love her? After staying silent for a while, she eventually asked. I don't know. But I do know that I can't love her anymore. I didn't say the second part, and it didn't matter what the answer was. I deleted her phone number that day and moved out during high school, keeping minimal contact with my family. Since money came in every month, meeting up or not didn't matter. Maybe she knew that we already found out about it. No, maybe she wanted us to find out. In retrospect, too many things didn't make sense. There were better excuses for the affair to keep me from discovering it. She wanted Dad to know. Unbelievable as it was, it did explain many things. To force him to propose divorce, testing his reaction. Regardless of the motive, there was no argument or confrontation as I expected, just the status quo.
慰謝料が欲しいから親父に離婚を迫っていたり。
Maybe she wanted to get an alimony by forcing her dad to divorce. No one would openly have an affair to get an alimony. No judge would be so stupid. She tried to find an explanation with a darkened expression. Save it. You won't find an answer. They've been like this for years. They at least tried to hide it from me when I was young. Now they don't even bother. The moment he was on the plane, she was already on her way to spend the night with another man. She just needed to play a good wife when he came home, as though nothing happened. It was like an adult version of playing house. The curtain raised and everyone played their arranged parts. You were the dad working abroad, you were the mom taking care of the house, you were the kid that needs to go to school. We all knew it was fake, but no one would spill it out. I kept thinking that if my dad's company wasn't that big and my family wasn't that rich, maybe things could have been different.
金がない方がいいと。
You think things would be different without money? I expected that to trigger her. She started laughing coldly.
自分たちの問題なのにぶっちゃけるのがそんなに難しいこと？ことを複雑にしないと死ぬ病気？
Why is it so difficult to openly discuss this? Do you really have to make it more complicated? Seeing her angry reaction, I somehow felt a little reassured. I finally confirmed I myself wasn't abnormal, but that my family relationship wasn't normal. See, things wouldn't go away if you pretended you didn't see them. This was just lying to
愛
yourself.
が冷めたらそう言って別れればいい。一緒にいるならそういう真似をやらかすな。それだけのことだ。
Make things clear and break up if there is no more love. Don't keep elucidating a lie if you don't want to be together. How simple is that? Who knows? They like it that way. I didn't want to argue with her. The world is too complicated, too many people, too many things. That would take a lifetime to understand. Why do they do that? Why does society function like this? Why can't one ever be satisfied? I don't know. If there is no answer, then you just accept it. Reality wouldn't change just because you don't agree with it, or because you know the cause.
どうしようもない。頭湧いてんのか。
Don't know. Are you nuts? She waved her hand impatiently as though nothing I said was worth a
おか
dime.
しいと思ったら人に聞いてはっきりさせれば。それともドラマの主人公のつもり？
Why don't you figure it out? If you find it strange, are you some soap opera protagonist? You don't get it. Even if I...
あんたこそ何も分かっていない。
You're the one who doesn't get it. Reluctantly interrupting me, she coldly
自
responded.
分はどれほど恵まれていたかも知らずに、どれほどの人に羨まれる立場にいるかも知らずに、自分じゃ何もできないとばかり言う。
You don't know how lucky you are. You don't know how many people envy you. You just keep saying you can't do it.
あんたと同じ暮らしが欲しい人間は山ほどいるのに、あんたが金がなければだと。
How many people want to be like you? And yet here you are telling me I wish I had less money.
不幸なふりはよしてくれ。
So quit the self-pity.
十分幸せよ、お坊ちゃま。
You are lucky, rich
こ
boy.
れくらいの問題からも逃げようとしてるなら、マジで一遍死んでこい。
If you want to escape from even this type of problem, you might as well just die. Angry as usual, but this time it seemed different. I could tell she was treating what I said seriously, and was dumbfounded by that realization. I never told anyone about my family. I realized it wouldn't matter, even if I did. Is that it? How come? Poor thing. The pointless reactions were just exhausting. No one really cared, and then it became a random subject of chit-chat. It was like talking about disasters on social media. All the self-righteous comments were really just empty words on things that had nothing to do with you. All I did was notify others. Hey, I know about this. I have a heart. It's all meaningless. If you want to escape from even this type of problem, you may as well just die. Upon hearing that, I realized I was escaping. Fearing that atmosphere of fearing my parents, I ran into my own world and never attempted to negotiate with them.
なんだ、文句があれば言えばいい。
What? Say something. Seemingly not saying anything, she stared at me coldly while brushing her messy hair. No, you alright. I actually felt much better, despite my situation remaining the same. She went silent, hoping to see if I was mocking her or being honest. Then she spat and turned her head away, seemingly more awkward than
どう
mad.
思おうがあんたの勝手だ。どうせ明日に金が手に入れば二度と会うことはないだろうからな。
Oh, that's more incorrect than you know. Doesn't matter what you think. I won't be seeing you again after getting the money tomorrow. Good luck. She lit up a cigarette. The faint tobacco smell permeated the room along with... Fuck. I didn't see that. Along with the cool night air. If they did get the money tomorrow and everything just ended, that would be the best possible outcome. I shook my head and laughed at myself. Even I couldn't believe that. Life is fated to be a tragedy. We thus live in a hope of miracle. I recall that line. The air I breathed out and turned to white smoke. Through it, I saw the foggy moon outside of the window. Even if just once. I hoped a miracle would happen. Oh shit! It's still going? 3 o'clock in the morning. The girl was falling asleep in her chair. She had woken up a few times in a fit of drowsiness. Even the energy drink didn't help her much. Worrying she might really fall asleep, she decided to sit next to the door with a blanket. There was only one exit he would have to go through here if he wanted to escape. Even triple checking the ropes couldn't remove the unease. The image of him escaping came to her mind every time she closed her eyes. It'll be all over in a few hours. That was a simple determination that kept her going till now. She had imagined how she would pay off the debt multiple times. and now she could see the end of the line. She didn't know how to avoid arrest, or what to do afterwards. She just had the belief that things would be different.
あと数時間
Just a few more hours. The quiet, sleeping, talking echoed through the room. The girl secretly closed her eyes. Day 5. Choice. 5, 6, 7. 3 more days remaining. God damn, a fucking hour? God damn, I didn't expect it to take that fucking long, but then again I had multiple stops because somebody kept entering the room. So, I guess this is an hour long. Fuck me, I guess. Well,